Hey guys, Naturally Kenya here, and I'm here to tell you about how to practice a foreign language. I'm going to give you a few tips that I've been using while I've been learning Italian, and I hope to be able to help you out and maybe tell you some things that you may not have discovered. So let's get started. For starters, I'm so happy that we have the amount of technology that we do today to use our computers and our phones to have access to all of this information. A lot of the first things I mentioned will have to do with technology in some sort. Netflix can be your best friend. You can actually search on Netflix to actually find things based on their audio or subtitles in a certain language. I've been doing that for Italian with English audio, Italian subtitles, and then Italian audio, English subtitles. You can cycle between whatever language you want to learn, and that's the beauty of technology. Another thing that I can suggest is using the Duolingo app. I use it for Italian occasionally on and off. It has the potential to be a great learning tool for those intro words, whether it be food, animals, verbs, adjectives, whatever. All of the intro words are great on that app, and I highly suggest that. If you already have a little bit of language experience, I totally suggest that you can be able to change the language of your actual iPhone to the language that you're trying to learn. I've done that, but I had to change back the clock because, sorry, I'm a 12-hour clock girl, not a 24-hour clock girl. But besides that, I've been learning a lot of different new Italian words just by changing the language settings on your phone. Another tool that I use a lot is actually Quizlet, which is this online flashcards long-term learning solution. Basically, I have Italian flashcards with English on one side. So I have an English word that I created and an Italian word on the other side. And virtually I can flip through these with audio playing to tell me the word, how it's pronounced in Italian, what it is in English, and play different games. They have different ways you can make multiple choice tests. Different games, like a matching game where they will give you the English word and you have to hurry and type the Italian word before the word falls to the bottom of the screen. Just all of these different tools that can help you learn a language successfully. Personally, Quizlet with the flashcards and Netflix are probably two of the tools that I use most in the technological world that have made me very successful. Even learning the slang words on Netflix is great. If you want tangible, physical things that you can touch, I do suggest books. You can't go wrong with a good few grammar books, verb books, and I even try to read magazines if I see them around Italy. I will try to pick up a magazine and begin to read just to note down the words that I don't remember so that later I can look them up. And when I came to Italy the first time, I actually bought an Italian Vogue and tried to flip through and just see what words I recognized. It was a really great learning experience. Another thing that I did initially when I started to learn Italian was actually get sticky notes and put those around my room on everything. The table, the bed, the mirror, everything. And so whenever you go do your daily chores around the house, you realize, hey, oh, that's what that word is in Italian. And then you just learn it, and it's very simple. It becomes second nature to you. Another thing, who doesn't love music? When I initially started to learn Italian, this was so many years ago, I remember going to listen to Italian radio online to hear what was coming on, what songs they were playing, and then I would also go to the Billboard charts and see like the top 100 songs in Italy, and I actually would listen to the songs that they recommended as number 1 or 2, just the Italian songs, not the English songs, because clearly I'm a native in that. So I would pick the top Italian songs, listen to them, look at the lyrics, and then try to translate and see how the verbs are conjugated. I started off learning Italian through Tiziano Ferro and Zero Assoluto. So that was a long time ago. You know, Zero Assoluto has a new CD. Huh. I need to listen to it more. Another great thing I can suggest is using Spotify. Spotify actually has playlists for a lot of different languages, and there is actually a Learn Italian playlist with a ton of audiobooks from different people, like a ton, like thousands of songs. And so I will try to find an album that will be like volume 1 and put them on even when I'm just walking to the subway or sitting at work or studying for something, and just have it on in the back of my mind playing. And when I really choose to focus, I can make sure I remember exactly what words are being said. Another thing that I found useful on Spotify is that they have this new podcast section, And there's actually a program called Coffee Break Italian, which I fell in love with because this show would give you an Italian dialogue. One of the speakers would try to speak and translate in English what that means, and then you would also have your chance to try what you think it means in Italian. It's actually a great program. If you're trying to learn Italian, I highly suggest you listen to Coffee Break Italian podcast on Spotify. Another thing that you have to realize is that all of this doesn't replace real life human interactions, you know, that bond. So one of the things that I really try to do is even practice with people in one-on-one interactions. So I know this is very difficult. Being in the US and trying to learn Italian, it was like impossible to find an Italian person to practice with back and forth on a consistent basis, considering I was working full-time. Everybody works full-time. So it was very difficult, but being here in Italy, it's as simple as asking someone on the street or asking a question. What word do you use more often? Or do you use this word or this word more? These have the same meaning. Or just asking questions is the best thing that you can do in a new language. Also, you can't forget about foreign language meetups. There are a ton of people that want to learn English or your language just as bad as you want to learn another language. So it's kind of one of those things where you are able to exchange ideas and also have a great time. Usually sometimes there's like dinner or drinks, and it's just an overall fun experience. It makes learning a language so much more fun. There's a lot of ways you can go about learning a foreign language. So if you like my tips, thanks and thumbs up this video. I will have a ton of videos out for you guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Ciao, y'all.